Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about anxiety, or really a lack of anxiety that a lot of people are sharing that they are having on these drugs. Some of them are calling this a positive side effect. And I was so intrigued by this topic, and I've seen it in passing so many times that I really looked deeper into it over the last couple weeks and really put together some thoughts based on what a lot of people are sharing out there online. People that have dealt with very serious issues, anxiety, sometimes along with that goes depression. And I think there are people here in our community who might be dealing with some of those issues or interested in how these drugs affect them. So let's get going. A lot of people shared that they saw improvement when they were on zepbound and Mounjaro. And so that has the GLP-1 and the GIP. And so people shared they think that having both of those is what helped contribute to them seeing a lot of their symptoms improve as far as depression or anxiety goes. And I also read several comments from people who were on Wegovy or Ozempic that did not see some of these improvements. So some people shared that they're on a semaglutide and they did not see it help their anxiety until they moved over to a Tirzepatide, zepbound or Mounjaro. But I would love to hear from you. If you are on a semaglutide or a Tirzepatide and you have seen an improvement in your anxiety, if you feel like it, feel free to share it in the comments. Because if there are people out there on semaglutide and you've seen improvements, I definitely do not want to slight that. So first off, kind of like why and how might there be a correlation? Well, some people were sharing how the drug works in the hypothalamus, which is tied to anxiety. So it kind of starts making sense. This is not something that I would have just naturally drawn this conclusion. Like, well, I wonder how it's working for people's anxiety. So it's been fabulous to read more about it, and I want to share a little bit of that with you. So after 3, 4, 5 weeks, some people talked about it helping them right away, like in the first week. They said, hey, I don't care about half of the dumb stuff that used to give me serious anxiety. It used to make my mind race, and now it's like a shoulder shrug. Other people shared that their mental health is far better than it's ever been on some of the prescription drugs that they're on for anxiety. Somebody else used the word amazing. Like, it's amazing for my depression. And other people went on to talk about how it also improved their energy. Some people shared that it didn't have as big of a result or help in decreasing their anxiety. In fact, some people said that right after they take their shot, they felt their anxiety increases, but then decreases throughout the week. I want to read you a few other commonalities from things that I found as I was reading. People talked about being more focused at work. People were talking about different medications that they were on and how they got to come off of so many of these medications. One person said, I was on 11 different medicines for anxiety and for depression, and a year later, I'm only on one. And then to finish us up, I wrote down some quotes that I thought were particularly touching. I have a sense of well-being I didn't have before. Somebody said, I would take this medicine just for this single benefit alone. Along with how I mentioned people felt more focused at work, many people talked about their productivity going up. Someone called it a mood boost. Someone else said, I feel better mentally than I have in years. And lastly, several people talked about biting their nails or picking their nails and how they haven't had pretty nails in a long time and their nails look better than they remember. So 2 quick things before we finish this up. One is that this wasn't the case across the board for 100% of the people. There were some people who said, it's great, I'm glad this is helping you. I haven't seen that it's helped my anxiety. And the second thing that was on my mind is, well, if you've really turned your diet around and, you're eating better, you're fueling yourself better, you've cut out some of the junk, would that just naturally make a difference to your productivity or to your energy or those sorts of things? Because there were so many people that saw a difference, like right away, pretty quickly, within the first few days or within the first week. Yeah, it looks like the Tirzepatide is having yet another positive result on some people and their mood. We've talked quite a bit about some areas of people's lives that their Mounjaro or zepbound or semaglutide is affecting, like beyond what they initially were taking it for. People have talked about how their overspending, how their over shopping really has decreased. I've read many comments from people talking about their mental health or PTSD or other really serious issues that are going much smoother for them. So I put at the bottom to remember to tell you that coming soon, let's have a video on good side effects. Over the last year, I've read a lot of them out there. I cannot wait to go do some research, bring them to you. I think this is such a fun topic. It's so awesome to see and to read about people who are just helping out their health, helping out their futures, but then share, hey, I got on this for my diabetes, or I got on this to reach a healthy weight. And what I didn't expect was, and they share some really cool side effect that they're seeing as a benefit from using these drugs as well. You know, before a drug is FDA approved, it goes through many trials. And right now, there are a lot of trials being done on these drugs because they actually are seeing like how it's helping people in different areas. We're going to have a video coming up soon because in the news right now is how a semaglutide has been FDA approved for a health benefit that goes beyond diabetes and beyond weight loss. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there's so much interest there, especially connecting it to potentially amazing things this is going to mean for insurance coverage. But that's for another day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a little while since I had my book out. I hope for those of you dealing with some of these serious issues that you're seeing an improvement. That's the happiest part about this. Okay, everybody, I can't wait to see you on the next video.